Well, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to show you all of the bits we've purchased as extras to make life a little bit easier for us in our WildAx campervan. Right, so the first thing is this little baby, steering lock. This one we actually bought from Halfords. It wasn't very expensive. It's just an extra bit of security, and we just stick it on there when we're going away from the van, and that's it. Moving on to the next thing, starting from the front of the van back, just as we did in our previous video about the actual van itself, and if you haven't seen that, go and have a look at that. Our little mini radiator. This is brilliant if you're in bed at night, and I've been woken up, Jane's been woken up a few times where it's just too cold, so we plug this in, just have this on in the background, and it just keeps a nice temperature in the van. If you are off grid, obviously you're going to have to plug this into a power bank, which we'll be coming onto very shortly. What are you doing, madam?
I'm doing the ironing.
Are you doing the ironing, or are you pretending to do the ironing for the video?
I'm pretending to do the ironing for the video.
So what have we got?
We've got a travel iron, a Russell Hobbs Steam Glide travel iron.
Which is absolutely
Brilliant.
Essential. And what are you ironing on?
Well, this is a little travel ironing board.
Yeah.
And we actually decorated it ourselves.
We did, didn't we?
With the little cover.
And it's got
with
the little
scooters
fold
on
away
it.
legs, isn't it?
It has, and you can just turn it over like that. You've put some little rubber bits there,
I
so it
put
doesn't
some little rubber, so no clattering.
like that. And then you wanted to show everyone, because you're really clever.
Yeah.
You wanted to show everybody that you do this to stop it rattling.
And it
Look.
works.
Hang on, let's see if I can do it. A little bit of Velcro. Can't go wrong with a little bit of Velcro.
Yeah. She's not done it right, but
No,
I'll
you
sort
do
it
it
out
like that. There you go.
Yeah. So that's the travel iron and the iron. So handing over to me. So this little iron
Ingboard.
goes up here. And that's it. Okay, bit random I suppose, but these are a few of the little bits that we have stored away. So we've got the rinse aid.
Where does that go?
I'll show you in a minute. Bathroom spray, essential. We've got some French.
No, Spanish.
Oh yeah, sorry. Spanish. What is it?
See?
Washing liquid.
Who does the
That's
washing?
not my department. And then
So
we have the
sexist.
grey. No, it's not. Grey water. Fresh.
What do you do with that then?
Well, what I do is I put a little. I take everything out of the sink. I put the plug in. Put some of this in the sink itself. Run the water for a bit, and then swill it around, and then I drain it down just so that it takes any bits of food waste and that out of them pipes, because them pipes are like corrugated. Yeah, and it just flushes it
And
through.
also, we
and
did
keeps
have-
it nice and
nice and fresh. But we did have something where it was showing that the tank was full up, even though we'd emptied it. And we think that maybe something got caught.
Well,
down
we
there.
were told that. So on the control panel, it was saying that the water tank was full. Yeah. And we think, because we were also told this, there was a bit of food on the sensor. Because what had happened, just be wary of this, is that I had the tap open, the grey waste tap open, and the water was just running through. And I think that's when it happened. I don't know if that was the case.
We speculated.
But, yeah.
That might
But
be
anyway,
what it
I
was.
haven't done that since, and it's never happened since. So, if that makes sense. So, where do we keep all these bits that are floating around? We got a container. Probably come from B&M or something, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely.
We keep the washing up liquid in a bag just in case. Stick these in
I bet you can't get them all in.
I bet we can.
I bet you can't.
No, we can't get that in, but right.
Oh, they do. Oh, that one does.
So that goes in there like that. Lock, lock, and this is where everything goes. Up here. In fact, that's in the wrong place, isn't it? I just stuck that up there for the video. Go away. And that just goes in there, along with a lot of the other stuff we've got, and just keeps it nice and neat. The good thing about the WildAx Europa is it's got this parcel shelf up here. I know you can buy ones with the roof window, if that's what you call it, roof light, in this section, but actually I'm glad we didn't go for one of them now, because we've got so much storage space up here.
So some other useful things that we keep in the drawer to hand are the leveller, so we know how level we are on the pitch. That's my job when we arrive on site. Secondly is a torch, which it comes in handy when your phone's run out of battery. Oh. And the third thing is a, what do you call that?
Well, it's igniter.
Yeah,
if you're,
to ignite the gas.
If
We've
you're
not used it yet though, have we?
No, but it's
so
handy.
If you've got no matches.
Exactly.
If you've got no matches and you just want to light your gas.
Yeah.
Well, but then you have got an igniter.
No, but if the igniter fails, because I see this all the time,
yeah.
when we're watching YouTubers, they're using these things a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just handy to have it in the drawer, isn't it? There's millions of things.
We've not actually had to use it. We did in the VW when the clicker didn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
And we hadn't got any matches.
There we are. That's why we bought it, isn't it?
There we go. So those three things are very handy. What you got there then?
Paper plates. Also, we use paper bowls. We store these up in the microwave because they're paper. Obviously, they're not going to damage anything. Reason we use paper is because water. So if you're having to fill up with water all the time, you'll understand it's a pain, and you've obviously got to be on a campsite or go to a water outlet somewhere. So these are really good. They also, when you've finished your food with all the bits and bobs that's left over, rather than all that crud going down your plug hole and messing up your sensor, which we've had, they go straight in the bin. Now, we don't buy the plastic knives and forks because we have the same problem in that we'd be washing them up, so we use our normal cutlery. But Jane's got a very clever way of actually reducing the amount of water we use. So what is it?
You lick them.
Yeah, we both lick our knives and forks. It reduces the water, but we do wash them
afterwards.
We do wash them afterwards. So yeah, I hope that's a handy tip, and yeah, I hope that helps.
When you've had a shower, this is an absolute must for getting rid of all the water on the sides and down on the floor. And also, you can use it on the front windscreen.
And what make is it?
It's a Karcher.
Is it any good?
It's all right. It's not perfect, because if you tip it upside down accidentally, all the water runs back out. But apart from that, it does work, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does work. So Johnny bought these bags from Amazon. What do you think of them?
I think they're brilliant. First thing is they're waterproof, which is perfect, because although we put lots of stuff that's in the van in these, like coats, we've got high-vis jacket and bulbs and stuff in here.
Which you need for Europe.
Which we need for Europe. We keep it all in the bit you've seen a minute ago, just in the video, above the driver and passenger seat.
I'll just say, legally, when you're travelling through Spain and France, you have to have your bulbs and your high-vis to hand.
You do. You can't have them out of the van. So, and we've got our triangle, etc. up there as well. But they're brilliant because they are waterproof, like I say. I use these for the hoses and that as well. So I know they're waterproof because I'll show you in a little bit.
Because they don't leak.
Well, I'll show you a little bit later in the video how I sort of try to sort that problem out as well. But yeah, they're brilliant. Jane's got one there, which has actually got straps. So I think depends what pack size you get, but you actually get straps with them. And if you are carrying, I don't know, so we've got a drone, for instance, I'll stick the drone in there. I know when we were in France and it was chilly, you had your coat on and then you got hot. And I said, "Oh, give me it here," and I stuck that in the black bag because there's quite a
anyway, it's
lot
quite
of
handy.
space.
They come in different colours.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have written on them because I'd have probably just remembered what was in each bag.
Well, the only reason I wrote on that is because if we did get stopped
Pulled
on that,
over.
I can just go, there it is there.
We would be fluffing around, wouldn't we?
Yeah, so
Mr. Police Officer.
they're different. If you go on Amazon, they are different prices, aren't
Yeah,
they?
I have no idea.
Depending on how many you want.
I think we'll probably put a link below to some of these things that we're showing you.
Yeah, definitely.
From Amazon, I would imagine
But they are well worth buying. Right, now for the big stuff. So this is the Jackery V2000 Explorer, and this is, or has been, absolutely amazing. Basically, when we got here today, my phone ran out of power. Jane's phone is now running out of power. So on this particular model, we've got a USB-C 30 watt, we've got a USB-C 100 watt, so for super fast charging, and then we've got the USB-A, which is 18 watts. I haven't used that one yet. So let's just put that into the 100 watt. And then what you do is you press your DC USB on, and then your phone's charging. If you want to power things like air fryers, hair dryers, anything off the mains as such, then you've got two 3-pin sockets there. And then what you do if you are wanting to use them is you press this little button here, which is your AC, and now that's become live. Could we do without it? Yes. Would we want to do without it? Definitely not, because this has it really has got us out of loads of trouble. When we were travelling through France, if you watched our France videos, if you haven't, you need to go back and watch them. We kept blowing the fuse boxes on the campsites. So we were literally going around from one campsite to the next, and because were they camping in caravan? No, they weren't. They were camping car. Well, they're only 6-volt, so if you put an air fryer or anything like that on, microwave, boom, you trip the switch. So that's when this little monster comes into play. So we highly recommend this. Also, with this, on the little deal that we got it with on Amazon, we bought two 100 watt solar panels. Now, we haven't actually used them out and about, but this runs my workshop. So when I'm at home and I'm making all the stuff I make, this is actually running the whole workshop, and I have those two panels plugged in, and most of the time it's pushing in up to 200 watts when the sun's out, obviously, and it's only taking out just over 100 watts because of what I'm using in there. But yeah, so absolutely, I would guarantee, I'd say this is a must. And also, if you've got the WildAx Europa like we have, this goes, as in the last video you'll see, it goes in the back, under the back cushion in the storage area with the air fryer. Yeah, so you don't even know it's here. So yep, absolute essential, this one.
So over to my area, the hob. Don't know why it's my area. We keep a piece of rubber matting underneath to stop it, because they do rattle. It does rattle. Anyway, we found these to be brilliant. Saucepan, what do you call that? Pan. And these detachable handle, which you click on when you're cooking. Oh.
How do you find the space on the hob though?
Well, it's a bit tricky because that's quite a big pan, but that's actually a small frying pan, so that's quite good. So you have to sort of juggle. I have got a bigger frying pan and smaller pans, so you can sort of juggle them around. You've also got a big
frying pan, which is a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah, if you were just doing like a fry up in the morning, not that we do, but you could do that. Well, you could use your air fryer for the bacon and just do your eggs in that, you know. Or I suppose if you're cooking a great big something, paella or something.
Know, do we?
Not really.
We don't.
We do most of our cooking, to be quite honest, in the air fryer and a little bit on the hob.
Yeah,
and do we use the oven ever?
Never.
Never.
Never use.
We've used it once when we very first We use it to keep all the kitchen roll in there.
We do, yeah.
But we used it once, and you did oven chips, and we were like,
oh, 6
it was
hours
like
later.
an hour and a half later.
Get
and
the
they
air
were
fryer
still,
out,
and we
plug
were
it
like,
into the power bank.
You can't beat the
done.
air fryer in a van.
No, and also these handles.
Yep.
We discussed this. Would you have more than one handle or not
No,
bother?
I wouldn't have. I'd just have the one.
Yeah, just so you can swap
You
them
just
around.
clip it on. You can just I swap it over if I was wanting to drain some water out of here, I'd just clip it on and drain it, and then go on to the next thing.
And what make are they?
They're a T-fowl, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah. And
They're Ingenio or something.
Ingenio.
Ingenio, I can't say.
Ingenio.
Ingenio.
Yeah, and they're good quality, aren't they?
They're really good. Yeah.
And we store them away with those.
So we store them using these things here. So you just pop those in like that, and then you pop that on there like that.
Isn't it?
Perfect.
Yeah. Stops them getting scratched. So that's the pan department.
Over and out.
Moving on. So over to me. What have I got here? This is a Starlink Mini. They're not cheap, but they, again, if you can, these are fantastic, because this is how we do all our, well, Jane does all her editing. We watch TV from it. It's never let us down yet, has it? Never.
Only if you're parked under trees.
Yeah, be careful where you park.
Careful where you park.
So what we do, and I'm sure you've seen this in one of the videos, is that we have our little cable. You get your little pinky, look, just do that. There's your cable. Plug it in. I'm not going to plug it in now, but you plug it in the back here. Let's put that back. And then we put it up between the blinds, just like that. Just like that. And what I do, because we have this on all night, is there's a little light on here. I can't even see where the light is. It's in this section here. I have this in the blackout blind bit, because then because it flashes, it sort of does that. What do you call that?
Roam. I'm sure it's roaming somewhere, isn't it?
Well, it can roam off because it roams under there.
Quite a bright light, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a bright light. So at night, if you are keeping it on, Jane likes listening to things in her ears, when she's going to sleep and that. So we leave it on. They do get very warm, very warm.
Yeah, they do.
So
They
be
get
mindful
quite
of that.
You could melt. You could melt something on them, couldn't
I
you?
don't
Really?
know. You couldn't cook an egg on it, I don't think.
No.
But no, they are. If you can, get this. Now the actual price of these, I'm not sure. They're
Was it £189?
something like that.
Something
We was
like
on
that.
a bit
From
of a
Curry's we bought it.
It was on a bit of a dear low, so I think they're a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
But you'll have to look at that. But the actual monthly plan. So this is where it becomes expensive. So if you want
Standard
100 megabytes, it's 50 quid. If you want what they call
full, all areas access.
Yeah, well, it's limitless,
Yeah.
Then that's
90.
nearly £100 a month. So we had to have it when we were in France because Jane was editing, we were watching TV, and we used quite a lot of it
every day, all the time, didn't we?
Yeah, we used it a lot. But obviously, you don't get any more bills because it's an endless
supply.
Yeah, what is it? What do they call
like
it? Unlimited
roaming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
It's unlimited. But when you come back to UK or you're not going out camping and you then have to put it on a £4.50 a month sort of retainer. So they'll charge you £4.50 while you're not using it. And all they say is you can use it for emergency calls and things like that. So they give you a trickle of power, a trickle of megabytes. But you can activate it straight away, just from your phone. You can just activate it. And that's what we do.
So basically, if you're out and you decide that we went camping the other day, we decided we needed more gigabytes, megabytes, whatever they are, and
crocodile bites.
And we just switched over, and they just charged us an extra. I think we put it on the middle one, so they're sort of 50 quid. But then we'd already paid the £4.50, so they just added a bit more on.
They just knock it off, don't they?
Yeah, they just knock it off or add it on. So it's
not
quite
cheap.
Simple.
It's not cheap. I know there's cheaper systems out there, but we've never got into that other stuff and fitting things on the roof and all the rest of it. So yeah, that's what we use and that's what we recommend.
And it's been brilliant.
Bags, sucky in bags. So I did a video on all this, putting the bedding away in these. Took forever and a day, and all these things keep doing is tearing, constant. So now I don't use them. All I do is I fold up the bedding, I roll up the mattresses. We've got 2 mattress toppers each. Well, one's actually a memory foam, one's a Silent Night mattress topper. I'm not that keen on the Silent Night one, but Jane likes it. All I do is I stick it all in here. Now on the bottom of these cupboards, units, I've got all the way around, I've got a bubble foil, you know, like an insulation. We got that from Lidl. It's really cheap actually. It's about a tenner for a whole load of it. And I just lined the whole base here, all under the units, with it, using a bit of double-sided sticky tape just to hold it in the corners. Just make sure it's all clean in there. Stick all your bedding in there. If you don't use a quilt topper and a memory foam topper, then you're going to have even more storage in there. We just need it because at the moment, although these cushions will soften, at the moment they're a bit too firm for me and Jane. That's why we do that. So yeah, no need for the bags. Just stick it all in there and off you go.
What happened to that really big car that had just done an accident?
Outside, this little area here, the gas bottle area. So it's not the actual gas bottle that we're interested in, which is a 6 kilogram flow gas bottle. It's this little thing down here, which is the Truma level controller. So this operates from an app. You put the gas bottle on top of it. It's got a little sensor underneath, and if you go on the app, then it will tell you the volume that you've got left in the tank. Right, so now we're outside my bit. So let me show you what is in here and what we feel we need. Okay, so forget these silly little bits here. Let's start with these, shall we? So here we have rear chocks to put underneath the back wheels to give you a little bit of stability when you're up on the ramps. And we've got these tool ramps. They are the slightly bigger ones because what we found with the smaller ones is that it obviously limits the amount you can go up on the ramp, you know, because if you're really uneven, if you've got the really tiny ones that we had for the VW T6 camper, then it's just not enough. So I'd advise you get a medium-sized ramp. Essential. What's in here? So again, another one of these little bags that we were showing you earlier in the video. This is absolutely essential. A mop to clean your windscreen when you're travelling, especially through France and that, and especially in the summer when you've got all the flies. That is an absolute essential. This one, I don't know where we got this from. I think it was B&M or something. Hey, look, extends.
I think everything comes from B&M.
Yeah, and we carry a bottle of glass cleaner with us as well in one of those bags. Another one of those bags. This has got the hose in. Now, there is definitely water somewhere, I'll guarantee it, but it's not in this bag. It's not this side of the bag. It's retained in here. What I do is on the short hose, which this one is, I put an end on each end, you know, these bits. That just holds any water actually in the pipe. When I'm pulling it in, I actually have a cloth which is in the bottom of the bag, and I just squeeze all the water out. I take the end off, I squeeze all the water out. Essentially, you must and should carry spares because people take these off. They take them off the taps. In fact, we gained one, didn't we, when we were in York? So they're essential. Again, like I showed you earlier, you just wrap this in on itself, get the air out, wrap it in on itself, and you know that when you put that into the back of your van, there's no water coming out. We've also got a longer hose as well, so that's a short one if you're close to the actual facility. Now, this is a 10-metre cable. The actual zip's broken on this, but I use this when we're close to the electrics, the hookup, because the last thing you want to do with a great big one that's here is be reeling in 25 metres of cable when you don't need to. Now in this bag also, if I just take that out, we've got the normal connector on. Oh, well, actually, take that off because that's a lie. Take this off. Oh, I can get it off. So you obviously got your normal hookup. We also, on this one, we've got the plug, basically a plug on the end. If you want to plug in at home.
About that.
What?
On the, when you've got it set up like that with the 3-pin English plug, always carry a European adapter, because we got caught out.
Yeah, we got caught out. Well, didn't get caught out. We had one, but I didn't know, did I? Because it's the first time in Spain.
That we've had to use.
Yeah.
Like,
we've also got the extension cable with the French European plug. Is that the? That's a French one, isn't it? European.
Yeah, but it's European.
Yeah, but yeah. So carry some.
Carry one of each.
Extras.
Carry
That's
one
what
of
I'm
each.
saying.
You just never know. You turn up to a campsite abroad and you just don't know what's going to be on offer, do you?
Apparently, Italy and that, it's different again. But right. So what else have we got in here? So that's the bigger hose. Okay, in there.
What's the hose for?
Well, we've got a short one.
Yeah.
If we're just, the fill-up's just there. When
for filling up water, you're talking
about.
Yeah,
and if you're on a pitch where it's a fully serviced pitch, then you've just got it there. The shorter hose. But if, like in Spain, we were quite away from the filler, then even though it was on the pitch, we needed this one. So we don't hardly ever get this one out. But it's just there. Obviously, collapsible bucket, catch.
You never know when you might need a bucket.
Yeah, for washing your van or anything. Right, so we have a couple of chairs in the back here. The Malibu chairs from Van Gogh. They've been really good, actually.
Yeah, they're good because they're not very big.
No,
not very big. We've had bigger ones than that, haven't we? And they're a bit annoying.
They've got a little cup holder on them. So going to my boxes now. So what we got in here, so I clearly marked them. So we've got a tyre pump, we've got a charger, starter, and we've got extension leads in there. We've got fans for the summer here, they're in that box. And then we've got all the washing up stuff, we've got a wash lever, really, to wash the van, and also the collapsible bowl for washing up your plates and stuff. If you go out.
Whatever,
So that really, we have got a section at the top here, let us show you this. So up the top, let's just see if I can get up there. So in here, we have a bit of a storage area, and we have these Van Gogh family windbreakers. I wouldn't bother. They've got, on the poles that you put into the ground, they've got a metal pin that goes into plastic, and as soon as you try and put them into the ground on a campsite, like we had this problem in Villa Sol where it's quite hard, as soon as you start knocking them in, the pin goes straight through the plastic. So these I wouldn't recommend, and we are going to change
only,
them.
I'd say.
If you're going to buy them, if you're going on grass pitches all the time, then they're perfect, but otherwise I wouldn't bother with them.
We're going to have to do a bit of research and let you know what we choose, something different.
Definitely.
Also up there, the orange, we've got the mat, we've got a mat.
We've got a mat that goes out with the awning.
Tarpaulin to go on the floor when we're on a campsite, haven't we?
I don't know what's in there, but there's plenty of storage, as you can see. We've got shoes up there and various bits and pieces in there. But they're the absolute essentials that we use. And I think that's covered everything, isn't it?
I think just about. I'm sure there's thing. But the only other thing that we forgot, what did we forget to show when we were doing the van tour the other day?
The cupboard.
Wardrobe.
Yeah.
So you have got the wardrobe
You have got a wardrobe which has actually got your 12 volt and the antennae for the telly in there, the actual switch. It's got a rail in there so you can put or hang all your clothes. It's a big space actually, so yeah we missed that.
That's all right.
Well, she looks like Wookie Bear. Looks like...
Not that it's cold by the coast.
No. Well, we hope you enjoyed this extras.
The extras
van vlog. We're just doing these videos just to try and help people. Hopefully that is the case. They're just things that we personally use and recommend, apart from those windbreakers obviously. But yeah, so please join us on the next one. Like and subscribe. You can now do the hype button, and please check that you are subscribed, because about 70-something% of our watchers aren't subscribed. So join us on the next one.
Thanks for watching.
Nice comments as usual.
Thumbs up.
And do your stuff, love.
Catch you on the next one.
Adios.